All right, good morning, Josh U TV followers. What time is it? It is 9:30, and we got the green boat done. And now Betsy and I officially both hate it.
Okay, that's a 40. Well, that's the one that I'm gonna put it in.
And these guys are trying to find pump parts. All right. The problem we had with this JC pontoon is the rear bimini is not mine. The construction of the poles, the canvas, none of that is mine. So in order to put a front bimini on, I have to follow suit. I can't do anything new. There's very little. There's like no crown in their poles, so my poles have no crown. And when originally, I just ran under the table. Originally, it had a bit of a rake forward because we had about 76 inches in the back and about 72, barely 72 in the front. So it was pretty well raked forward. And I had to get rid of that. And of course, the frame was riveted like most of us do. So I had to drill out the rivets so I could ease up some tension, and you can see it wasn't much that I needed to back off. But then in the back, to get the tension, here was my original. Look how far back I want. And that helped to straighten it out and get it more. That's how far raked it was. So I pretty much set tension and height in the front and then use the back to pull it good and tight. If anything, it has a slight, the last bow has a bit of a little bit lower than the rest, but with these braces, we were pretty much committed. There was not a whole lot of gimme with that. So, and then when I finished mine, I was a little bit baggy here. I had to pull it back off, cut the zipper off, cut that, whatever, inch, half inch maybe. And then just sew that zipper right back on again. The stitch ripper of shame. And it is got some good tension in it. So there it is, the 3-pole addition to the front. I'm gonna put another brace. Ralph insists, that lateral brace right there. I wanna add another one to this side just because it makes them super sturdy. Let's go out and see him measuring carpet for liquid therapy. Here's the next boat here. I think this one's getting a cover. This is the boat, the new liquid therapy.
That one goes long way.
Did someone take that bimini topper? Wasn't there a gray one sitting there with a nice red boat? Took off? That was the only one sitting there? I thought I saw a gray one sitting there the other day.
Oh, no.
Okay, we got.
So she's,
I know.
okay.
One more square, and it gets its own mixture. Actually, we don't talk about this already.
That's a big boat. Good morning, Josh U TV followers. It's a quiet morning out here at Las Vegas Boat Harbor. We're over here on B dock, and that boat out there, he's pulling out. What dock is that? I think that's I. And he's going to take his boat out for a little spin. Like I said, we're here on B on our favorite current project, Low and Slow. You got a chance to come out and enjoy the boat, put the bimini out. The bimini was retracted and under the boot like it was supposed to be when I got here. It was fabulous. I love it when a boat owner cares about his boat. So today's project, I have the skirt that goes in between the bimini and the arch, and that's what we're here to put on today. Let's I I don't have a lot of memory left, so I'm just going to do this in little bits. And we'll shoot some video when I've got it zipped on and a couple of fasteners on it. Alright, Shazam. There we go. It's supposed to be 110 today, and it is well on its way. And there is just barely a taste of breeze. It's so hot. Anyway, there is the transition piece, all zipped, snapped and lifted dotted. There's a gap right there that we're going to fill. It has to go back to the shop so I can sew my enclosure zippers here on the sides. But I wanted to make sure it fit really nice before I went and poked holes in the side where it's going to be seen from the dock. So this reveal, if that wasn't to my liking and I needed to trim it, if there was already a zipper sewn on, that would not be good. So we get it fit. Now we'll take it off and back to the shop, and we're going to sew on a buffer to fill in that gap, because once we've got the screen enclosure on and we black it out in here, it's going to show up really loud. So we're going to preemptive and fix that. Right now we're in cleanup mode. We're getting the tools all packed up and broken down. We're going to head out over to C dock, to that one. Thanks for following. Alright, good afternoon, Joshua TV followers. Lunchtime, and I'm grumpy. And we're back here at Love at First Sight. And he was here last weekend, and he didn't clean this boat. He didn't hose it off. He didn't. Look at how dirty this boat is. Can you believe that? So, I did forget to fix, if you noticed in the videos before, that gypsy snap was missing. And this one had been pulled out of the boat, the stud had. So I replaced the stud, did that. Now his cover was confusing because there is no hardware outside the windshield at all, nothing. And there is, see, there is a missing snap right there. He said there was a hole, but there was no snap in it. And he's right, there is. There is a hole. So what his old cover did was went over the windshield and kind of cupped it and snapped in here and on the other side. And there was no fasteners to hold it on, just kind of being pulled tight around the back of the couch was all that held it on. Because it was very confusing to me as to how the dang thing, there was no fasteners on the inside or the outside. So I added some. Well, there used to be some up around the helm, so that's what we went with. Yep. And again, just to look at how dirty this boat is. There's my nice clean cover. Look at that. And the bimini boat. And he was here, you would think he would have hosed his boat off. At least just take the hose and wash it off. But no. But he did have complaints about the cover. So, we are going to address it. What we're going to do here is cut, take a pair of scissors, cut the front of the cover off. I'm going to fashion a new piece that tucks around the windshield like his old one did, staple it to this one, take it back to the shop, sew it up. We're going to get cracking because it's lunchtime and I'm hungry. Thanks for following. Alright, we're back from the lake and we've cooled off a little. It's 110 out there. Gosh, it's hot. A little muggy. Here's the red boat. We got the frame on it before I left last night. A little bit of a catastrophe. It fell off the boat and dented the damn pole. So I'll probably have to rebend the aft pole. But that's alright. I can reuse it. The green boat is not gone. He realized his cover wasn't going to fit with the addition of a forward bimini. So, and he's right, it doesn't fit. but that wasn't on my ticket. Modifying the cover was not at all on my ticket. Building that bimini and getting it attached to that bimini, that was my ticket. So we have a bit of a dilemma, but it's going to be basically 6 zippers. We'll show you what's going on here. It's the same thing they did in the back, but I do mine with zippers. There's one. They did a Velcro, but you can see what Velcro, it doesn't do well in the sun of Nevada. So, and then that goes over to this one. And then they did the same thing in the back. And I'll do that in the front, but I'll do mine with zippers. I don't like the Velcro, it doesn't last. Look at here, it's all falling apart. It's pulling away. And this is made with poly thread. So, but it's kind of sheltered where it sits between some houses and around, and it gets some shade through some of the day. So the cover's really holding in nice. I mean, it's keeping its color. It is tight. It has shrunk, and it's tight. But I think he lost the poles, so there's no support in the middle, and it wants to droop. And then when you try and pull it down on the side, he's pulling all the snaps out. So I replaced a dozen of the snaps. So, but I got it on here so they could see what's going on and what it's going to take. And I want 6 hours. I want an hour a zipper to fix this cover. And I'll put the cuts in it, and he can come get the boat. And I've got a ton of work to do. And I'll get around to this probably next week before. I'm going to take a vacation. Start over Labor Day. Just to get away from boats for a while. So there's the project. When I got back from the lake and I saw this thing, it was like grr, grr. Oh, that cool air feels good. The swamp cooler is just a kicking. This boat's owner is supposed to be coming down. He wants this whole thing moved forward. So normally this is where we put it, right about the driver's seat or just behind the driver's seat. And then with a 5-foot leg, when you stand it up to be 6 foot off the deck, you've just cleared the back of the boat. So if anybody's back here, they're in shade. Well, the problem, his boat is not laid out that way. All his seating is forward. This is just the strangest boat. There's actually a drop well down up there. So that's just another weird one. He wants to move the whole thing forward to shade this area. And it'll look quite peculiar. But that's custom is what we do, and if he's going to drive the boat, I'll put something on it that's going to stay there. So I'll let you peek in on what happens here. Thanks for following along.